When government agent Al Simmons is murdered and sent to hell, he's offered a deal by Malbolgia to return to Earth to see his beloved wife Wanda. Only through a deal to lead Malbolgia's army. He agrees and is sent back to Earth. But he's no longer the person he thought he was. With a burnt face and a demonic clown known as Violator as his aide, Spawn was born. Join me today as I take a look at the McFarlane Toys Rebirth Spawn. I've been very fucking excited to do this because I'm a huge, massive Spawn fan. I mean, above my head is is the majority of my Spawn collectibles that I could fit up there. And I even have one that's in a box somewhere else. It's a huge ass piece. Before we get into it, Spawn started in 1992, created by Todd McFarlane. Image Comics, that's issue number 1 from 1992. Since then, Spawn went on and had some fairly popularity, I guess you could say. A lot of success. 5 years after his inception, he had a movie come out. You guys remember this movie? Oh man, such a good movie, right? I love it so much. It's so bad that it's good. He even had himself a TV series that ran in '97, the animated series, which is a fantastic fucking show. And I'm not even here to review this. Maybe another time. But his popularity rose. I mean, 1992 and now we're 2020. And just recently, he hit that milestone 300th issue. But not just that. He got returning artist Greg Capullo, who was a longtime artist on Spawn, to do the cover for the milestone monumental 301. Spawn's had some ups and downs. He went from being Al Simmons to somebody else, back to being Al Simmons, the Venom tongue. He's had a lot of looks. But today I want to focus on the figure that McFarlane put out 4 years ago of the Rebirth Spawn from Color Tops. Before we dive into the figure itself, let's take a look at the packaging. So this is from the Color Tops line of McFarlane Toys. I don't think they do them with Color Tops anymore. He was experimenting with like statuesque figures. It was the last set of figures that were kind of like his old stuff. Now they're very articulated and posable, the McFarlane figures. But I want to look at this one here, Spawn Rebirth. So really, first of all, the packaging is nice. So I really like this. Alright, it's a window on the top, and then on the bottom is just the barcode. You see Spawn right on the inside. There's a variant of this, the hamburger head variant. Just right there. I would very much love to get that figure. I have not found it anywhere, and I'm probably going to have to try and find it on eBay and for a crazy amount of money. But yeah, so this is the figure inside the box. Give me a moment, we'll be right back, and I'll take him out of the box and show you guys. I just love Harley Quinn. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. Alright, so out of the box, here's Spawn. Comes with a mini machine gun, a rocket launcher, and a pretty cool looking base that says his name on it, just in case, Spawny forgets his name. So let's take a look at the figure. First of all, the guns are really detailed. Really cool looking. So is the rocket launcher. It actually looks like a miniature scale rocket launcher. So that's really cool looking. So the figure himself. Here we go. You got Spawn posed in a stance. Looks like his back is arched out and he's looking up. His face actually kind of reminds me of the movie Spawn, which is kind of cool. I mean, whatever. So yeah, there you go. There's the figure. His cape is really cool looking. I like all the detail and the coloring on the cape. And he's got a lot of spikes. Be careful because these things are actually pointy. I'm not kidding you. I was dusting it off and packing it away when moving, and literally I stabbed myself. I didn't bleed, but I still stabbed myself because it's pretty pointy, these things.
You got the rocket launcher that goes into one hand. I do have to advise to be careful because this arm is loose and this hand has the tendency to pop out. So I might as well just pop out the hand for you guys. Oh, there we go. I'll put it back in anyways. Just put the rocket launcher... Sorry, I put it in the wrong hand. You put the machine gun in this hand. Okay? So the machine gun's in the hand, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop the hand back into place. I got one machine gun there. And you take the rocket launcher and place it into this hand. So there you go. You place the rocket launcher into this hand. And Spawn is good to go. So that's pretty much it. Now, let's talk about the posability. Articulation. So, there isn't anything in this arm, it's just a hand that moves back and forth, but like I said, it comes off very easily. I don't know if it's just mine, or if they're all like that, but this one here, the forearm, moves in and out a little bit. I like to keep it like that, so it looks like he's toting the gun up. The head does not move. There's nothing else really that moves on him, it's just the hand and the arm, but this is mainly to look like a mini statue. You go ahead and you pop him on to the base, just like that, and you got yourself a badass looking Spawn. And if ever you were interested in having yourself a statue of Spawn, this would be the next best perfect thing to a Spawn statue, because this looks like a miniature statue. You know, he was sent back to Earth 5 years after being killed, and did he ever get to see Wanda? No, but there was a Wanda figure done. Oh yeah, we're doing 2-in-1 right here, guys. Wanda Blake, from the classic Art of Spawn line. Just going to move our boy out of the way just a little bit. This was released in the early to mid 2000s. I got this a couple of years ago from a good friend of mine, Jason Churchill. He sent this off to me and I was really happy about that. Let's take her off the base. So right off the bat, there's just one candlestick missing, which is fine. There's the other candlestick here, which I popped in already. I mean, you can put this together. I don't feel like taking it apart, so that's her base. And here's Wanda herself in a nice wedding gown. Hand is up like this, like she's holding something. She's holding her dress. Now, if you take this off right here, reveals some massive cleavage. Because in the stores, they had to put that on her because they didn't want kids to see cleavage, so it makes sense. Has Wanda Blake got posability? Not really. This arm moves just a little bit. Her head moves all the way around. That's pretty much it. She's made to look again like a statue, and it's a really nice looking figure. She goes like that, and there we have Wanda and Spawn right next to each other. I'm not going to spoil to you anything that happens recently in the comics, or at least a couple of years ago. I feel really sad for Spawn right now and Wanda, but anyways, that's the review of these two figures. Let me know what you guys thought below.
Just want to advise you guys on something that I have 2 of this figure, that's why I was able to do this. Unboxed, I bought the figure myself a while ago, so I kept it in package. And then Don bought me another one. He honestly thought that he got a statue for me, but he didn't realize I had it already, which is fine. It's great. I have it unboxed and I can display it while keeping the other one in the box. So, yeah, this is the review for the Spawn Rebirth and the Wanda. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Like I said, what you think. Are you guys Spawn fans? Do you guys want to see me do more Spawn videos? I love Spawn. Like, Spawn's my fucking favorite superhero along with Spider-Man and Batman. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to come back again soon with another video. I'd like to do another review of this, maybe of Ripclaw. I have some mail coming in from graphic novels I bought, and I know that my friend, again, Don, bought me some figures off of Amazon, so I can't wait to see what those are. That's pretty much it. I'll be back again soon. Before you go, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you can be notified whenever I got new content out. And as always, it's cool if it's nerd cool. Spawn!